Tip 1. Daily movement keeps the heart and mind alive. At 75, I realized something I wish I had known at 60. Staying happy and healthy isn't about doing more, it's about doing what matters. When I was younger, movement was automatic. It wasn't something I thought about, it just happened. Walk to the store, climb the stairs, chase the kids. But after 70, it becomes a choice, a conscious decision. And strangely enough, that decision matters more now than it ever did before. Every morning, I stretch my arms, take a few deep breaths, and walk, just walk. Around the yard, down the hallway, through the garden. The pace isn't what it used to be, but the rhythm is there. That rhythm tells my body, you're still alive. You still belong to this world. Movement doesn't have to be grand. You don't need a gym membership or fancy sneakers. Just the act of rising from your chair, reaching for a book, watering the plants, these count. They're not just motions. They're reminders. You're still able, still independent, still present. Some days are harder. The joints ache. The weather is cruel. And still I move. Because the day I stop moving is the day I start fading. Not in age, but in spirit. My doctor once said, "Motion is lotion." I laughed then. Now I understand. Every small step greases the soul as much as the knees. I've noticed something else too. When I move, my mind feels clearer. My memories return easier. I'm less irritable, more patient. There's a calm that comes with physical movement, even the slow kind. Especially the slow kind. It centers me. It reminds me I'm still part of life's flow. If you believe movement still matters no matter your age like this video, share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to Timeless Wisdom. We still have so much life to walk through together. Tip number 1. Daily movement keeps the heart and mind alive. After 70, the world grows quieter. Friends move away or pass on. The phone rings less. Holidays shrink. It's easy to let silence become a companion. But we're not made for silence, not for too long. Connection is as vital to the soul as breath is to the lungs. You feel it in your chest when someone really listens. It doesn't take much. A 5-minute chat with the mailman. A weekly phone call with your niece. A neighbor waving as you water the plants. These are not distractions. They are lifelines. Small stitches that hold the fabric of your days together. Without them, things start to fray. I remember how my father used to visit the same coffee shop every Tuesday. He barely drank the coffee. He went for the stories. The barista who always asked about Mom. The man at the corner table who brought crossword puzzles. That wasn't routine, it was ritual. Community in its simplest form. We live in a world where isolation has become normal, but it shouldn't be. Not for the young, and especially not for the old. Reach out, invite someone, share a memory. It doesn't have to be deep, just real, just human. Because when we stop connecting, we stop feeling alive. Even writing this now, I think of the people I've lost touch with, and maybe tomorrow I'll write them a letter, or call. Or just say hello again, because connection isn't something you have, it's something you keep choosing. Every day, every word, every smile, it still counts. When you're young, food is fuel, something you grab on the go. But as you age, food becomes something else, it becomes care. A quiet way of saying, I still value myself. I didn't always think that way. For years, I ate whatever was easy. Now I know, what I put into my body shapes how I feel tomorrow. I've learned that hunger isn't just in the stomach. Sometimes it's in the bones, in the way your hands ache or your thoughts blur. A lack of nutrients speaks in whispers before it shouts. A little more water, a little less sugar, a handful of nuts, a piece of fruit, these choices make the day feel lighter. I used to skip breakfast. Now I treat it like a meeting with myself. A bowl of oatmeal, a slice of apple, warm tea. Nothing fancy, just deliberate. I don't eat like I'm in a rush anymore. I eat like someone who still believes her body deserves kindness. I don't follow strict diets. I follow how I feel. I've traded processed snacks for almonds, late-night coffee for chamomile. I cook when I can, and when I can't, I keep it simple. I keep colorful vegetables nearby. I remember, if I feed my body well, my body thanks me with energy, balance, and clarity. The hardest part, letting go of guilt. Guilt for eating too much. Guilt for not cooking like I used to. But food isn't just nutrition, it's a story. And I'm still writing mine. One bite at a time, with intention, with grace. With the understanding that my body, at any age, still matters. If this reminded you that your body is still worth nourishing, like this video, share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to Timeless Wisdom. This story and yours deserves to be heard. Tip number 4. Don't stop dreaming. Mental health matters too. When people talk about health after 70, they mention the heart, the bones, the joints. But what about the mind? What about the dreams, the curiosity, the spark that makes you want to open the window and breathe in something new? Mental health doesn't age out. It just gets quieter unless you feed it. I used to think my dreaming days were over. That dreaming was for the young. But one morning I woke up and thought, what if I started painting again? It wasn't about being good, it was about feeling alive. Creating something that didn't exist yesterday. That's the kind of nourishment no vitamin can give. Mental health isn't just therapy or medication, it's also laughter. It's learning a new recipe, rewatching an old movie, reading poetry aloud to your cat, writing letters you may never send. It's finding anything that makes you feel like you're still in motion, not just maintenance. We often talk about rest, but forget that the brain doesn't want to retire. It wants to explore, to wonder, to play. It needs puzzles and questions, color and music. A nap is lovely, but so is a spark. And even the smallest spark can light up a whole afternoon. So I keep a notebook by my bed. Not for appointments, but for ideas. I don't finish every thought. I don't chase every dream. But I remind myself that I still have thoughts worth catching, that my inner world still matters. And in doing so, I stay awake inside. Tip number 5. Routine brings peace, but a little change brings joy. There's comfort in routine. Waking up at the same time, drinking the same tea, watching the same birds land on the same branch. These rhythms give the day a shape, a softness. They make life feel manageable, even meaningful. I used to resist routine, now I treasure it. But here's something I've learned. Peace lives in routine, but joy lives in surprise. A new spice in your soup. A song you haven't heard in years. Taking the long way home just to see what's blooming. Change doesn't have to be big to be beautiful. Sometimes it just has to be new. I started brushing my teeth with my left hand. Not because I had to, because it made me laugh. I rearranged the furniture. Sat on the porch instead of the kitchen. I said yes to a puzzle I thought was too hard. These aren't life-changing moves, but they reminded me I'm still capable of doing things differently. Routine can make you feel safe, especially when the world feels uncertain, but too much sameness dulls the senses. I don't want to go numb. I want to wake up and still be surprised by something, a flower blooming late, the way toast smells, a stranger's kindness. Tiny jolts of newness keep life vivid. If this reminds you that peace and joy can live side by side, like this video, leave a comment and subscribe to Timeless Wisdom. You never know which small change might brighten someone's world, including your own. Final. It's never too late to feel alive again. I used to believe certain things had an age limit, like falling in love with the sunset, laughing until I snored, waking up excited for the day. I thought those belonged to the young. But the older I get, the more I realize aliveness isn't about age. It's about attention and choice. You don't need a plane ticket or a second chance to feel alive. Sometimes it's the way tea tastes when no one's talking, or how a stranger holds the door and you both smile longer than expected. Aliveness is found in the details, the quiet ones most people rush past. I feel most alive when I'm learning something new. Not for a job, not for a goal, just for the joy of wondering. What happens if I mix lavender with honey? Can I still recite the poem I loved in school? What does rain sound like when I turn off everything else? There was a time I thought my story was winding down, that I was in the last chapter, but I've started to see it differently. Maybe this isn't the last chapter. Maybe it's the quietest, the richest, the one where the meaning settles in, the one where I'm finally not rushing. Aging has taken things, yes. My knees don't bend like they used to. My calendar is emptier. But aging has also given me things. Time to reflect, gratitude in smaller moments, the wisdom to stop trying to impress anyone, and the freedom to feel deeply without apology. If you're watching this and thinking it's too late for something for joy, for connection, for purpose, I want to tell you it's not. If you're breathing, you're still becoming. And if your heart aches, that's proof it's still beating. You are still here. And here still matters. If this story spoke to your heart, please like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to Timeless Wisdom. Your story isn't over, and it never will be, as long as you keep showing up. We're walking this road together, and it's never too late to feel alive again.